You know, at the starting of my life, thank you. This is what I always kind of do. I always, you know, ask how everybody is. How's your week been? How's your day going? How you feeling inside? Because at the end of the day, you know what world we're living in. Everybody's so in a rush that it's like you're in pain, but they're just in a rush. So sometimes it's nice to slow down and have that moment where it's an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, when we can just speak and we can release those burdens, that energy, you know, with one another. And that's the kind of energy and platform I like to create, the atmosphere for us to be able to share and release, you know, because we all need to heal. One thing I know from my business is that a lot of us are still going through childhood traumas in our adult life. We're basically big kids. That's what we are. We're adults, but we're still going through things that have affected us through our childhood life. So it's good to, you know, open up and speak. As you should know, life is such a rush. It's just rush, 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 rush. Everybody's in a rush to where sometimes you're feeling certain ways, but it's like, who can you talk to? You know, as we all know, when we get up in the morning, we go to work, we catch the bus, we jump in our car, we catch the train, whatever you may do. And you might get people that say, oh, how are you? How are you doing? But even if you are doing bad, you're never going to tell them you're doing bad. You're just going to say, yeah, I'm all right. So I like to create a platform when we can all come together and we can speak how we truly feel. We don't have to say we're all right if we're not, you know, and that's the kind of atmosphere or the environment that I like to create, where we can open up and we can be ourselves and we can speak how we truly feel, you know. Do I believe in God? Of course I believe in God, 100%. Do you believe in God? And if you do believe in God, are you religious? Excuse me. Are you religious or are you not? Let me know. Always fine, thank you. That's good. That's very good. Yeah, 100% religious too. See, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't do religion. I don't do religion. And if you don't mind me asking, Jada, what religion are you? You Christian, you Muslim, you Sikh, you Hindu, you Buddhist? What are you? You know, I'd like to know still. And what exactly drove you to being religious? Or is it just your mum and dad was religious, so you just born into it? Okay, you're a Christian. Okay. And what is it you actually believe? Is another question. What do you believe in? Because a lot of people don't even, how can I put it, like, a lot of people don't even believe in anything. They just believe in what they were told. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have your own beliefs and you just fall into a category of believing what somebody's told you to believe in, what do you even believe in? You only believe in something that was told to you. I was born into it, but I believe God is a higher power who answers my prayers, and believing is the right way for my life. See, as you was born into it, then that means that if you was born into being a Muslim, you would say Muslim's the right way. If you was born into being a Hindu, you would say Hinduism's the right way. If you was born into being a Sikh, you would say Sikhism's the right way. So really and truly, have you even got your own mind? And I don't mean that in any way, in a disrespect. I'm just saying, are you thinking for yourself? If you're just something that you was born into. So that means whatever you was born into, you would be. I could be born into anything and everything, but I would always choose the way for me, because I'm a deep thinker. but my parents themselves weren't religious, but I found God through my grandma. But this is the thing though, Jada, yeah? Your grandma found religion through where? Let me see, because I can't see your picture properly. See, you're a black woman. My grandma is very religious, and I respect her. I would never disrespect being Christian, because my grandma's a very good-hearted person. But what happens now here, Jada, is when a good-hearted person is indoctrinated by something that was given from a slave master, and then they pass it down generations, and because your grandma is such a good person, you're going to take what she's given you, not realizing that it's like when I was talking yesterday, and I was saying this, is that some women wear makeup to enhance their beauty, some women wear makeup to hide how they really look and feel, some women wear makeup for so many different reasons. But my point being is, makeup was made not for a good reason. It was made to almost, so you can be another character, so you can, it's to hide the true you. So my point being is that religion wasn't made to enhance our consciousness, but some people with loving hearts are trying to use it to enhance our consciousness. So can you see how certain things were made for a certain purpose, but then you get certain people trying to use something that was made for a bad purpose for a good purpose? It's no good, if you can get what I mean. Think about it. Free thinkers question everything. That's a fact. Of course manifestation works, but you have to understand, yeah? Let me show you something, yeah? Manifestation can work through anything. And let me give you an example. Why is it that some of the most evilest people are in the best positions? Why is it that some of the worst people have the most? Because manifestation works. Manifestation don't care if you're a bad person. Manifestation don't care if you're a good person. Manifestation doesn't care if you've got a good heart, if you've got a black heart. It just cares about, do you know how to manifest? And this is how energy works. Energy doesn't work, oh, Soul's a good person, so we're going to give him it all. No. He's a bad person, so we're not going to give him it. It doesn't work like that. And this is what I'm trying to say, is that when you question what God truly is, you understand it's an energy. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm going to tell you, God is an energy force. It's a field of energy that you have to know how to use, because that energy is within us, it's within you. So that's why people say, if God's real, why is people in poverty? If God's real, why are people starving? If God's real, why are people dying? Because God is real. But it's not if you're good-hearted or bad-hearted. It's about understanding how to manifest. And remember, God works through human beings. So if there's like negative men that is going to Africa and messing the land up, and then the people's having to deal with the aftermath of what the men have done, that's got nothing to do with God. That's got something to do with the devil. But as human beings with like £1 billion or £1 million, are you going to Africa and doing anything about it? No, you're not. When you get a certain amount, you're just worried about your people and your family. So we can't blame God. We have to blame ourselves, because God works through us. And so does manifestation. I am trying to manifest different things into my life, but what I'm asking for isn't working. It is working. You just want, what's the word? You're looking for like, it's like me saying, I'm going to pray to God tonight, and I'm going to pray to God that tomorrow I get £1 million. It's not going to come tomorrow. And this is what I'm going to talk about today on my live. I'm going to talk about the 4 dimensions that we all exist in, and I'm also going to go into chakras and how it affects the human body and all of those type of things. Because remember, when you water a plant, it doesn't get big straight away. there is no nothing spurts out until, you know, the seed opens up. Then you see that little green thing, and then it grows and it gets bigger. A tree started off as a seed. So if you want to create a tree and it doesn't grow in a week, and you're like, oh, it's not working because it doesn't grow. Think about this, yeah? And this is to you, Luke, yeah? How many people have negative thoughts and how many people have positive thoughts? And you have to understand why it works this way, yeah? If your negative thoughts manifested straight away, the world would be a mess. If your positive thoughts manifested straight away, there'll be no reason to work for anything, because everybody would have everything they think. But can you imagine how the world would be crazy if your thought could manifest straight away? That would be dangerous. So that's the reason why manifestation takes time. Because sometimes if you get something you want, it could destroy you. It could actually destroy you by getting what you want. So it takes time, because if you really want something, you're going to work at it. And if you really want it, you're going to take your time. And taking your time means you have to dedicate energy. And then when you get it, you're going to be ready for it, because it took time to get it. It's not going to happen overnight, is what I'm trying to say. You have to keep at it. Was really funny, Anonymous. I had a 1 p.m. appointment and attended without any makeup. Was liberating. See, that's beautiful. I like that. I like that. I really do like that. There's a message that I got to give, is this. You have to understand, yeah, that we have to let go of our ego, of our pride, and what we feel and think. And what I mean by that is this, is that no matter who you think you are, no matter how much money you got, how many billions, how many millions, how many pounds you got, no matter how many girls like you, no matter how many men like you, no matter how you look, no matter, you could be the sexiest person in the world. When God says your time's up, your time's up. So you have to understand that what you are doing on earth today is because of the powers that God's put into you. So don't worry about, like, some people's like, oh, you know, it's not enough, or I need to talk to more people, or I need more money, or I need to have more, or I need to look better, or I need to have more people in my life, I need more followers, I need more this, I need more that. God says to everybody that's listening right now, focus on the mission that I've given you and nothing else. God will do the rest. God will do the rest. Just focus on what you have to say and what your mission is. Trust me when I say that. And that is the message, because it doesn't matter if there's one person in here. If I can touch one person's life and make that one person touch another person's life, and go on and go on and go on, we'll reach the mills. But when you're focused on, oh, I want to speak to 1 million people and there's only 20 people in my life, and you're going to come off mission because you're focused on what God told you not to focus on. God told you to focus on the message. He will do the rest. Trust me when I say that. And you have to really, really, really trust God when I say that. And that's something that came into me last night when I was just thinking. It's something that I've always known. But you know, sometimes you be sitting down and you just be thinking and be like, I know my message should be reaching much more people. I know that I'm powerful. I know that what I've got to say is going to change the world. Why ain't it doing it now? Why ain't the world changing now? You know why? Because like I said about manifestation, it doesn't come overnight. And if it did, then everybody would have what you want, because it will be easy. Think about it. So you just have to know is that when you get to where you're meant to be, thank God, because you work to get there. That's why everybody ain't where you are, because it takes work. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Allow God to put his energy and plan into your mind. Just do what you know you have to do. And that's what I'm doing right now. Don't focus on the numbers. Don't focus on nothing but what you have to do. Because remember, I'm going to say it like this. Think how small we are in comparison to the world. Just for 1 second, think to yourself, no matter how sexy, how pretty, how whatever you think you are, think how small you are in comparison to the world. Think about it. Just really have a deep think. You think you're the ish, but you're small. It doesn't always have to take long, but I'm going to tell you something here is this. Yeah? When your mission and your goals are massive, it's not going to be quick. As much as it could be quick. And I'll tell you why it's not going to be quick. When your heart is gold and your heart is warm and your heart is spreading love in this world, it's not going to be an easy run. It's going to take its time. Trust me when I say that. It's going to take its time. I'm going to get the kettle on. I'm tuned in and locked in this morning. Blessings. Alright, what I'm going to do, my people, I'm going to start off with the chakra and I'm going to finish off with the spirit. Yeah? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put something up so you can see and then we can move on from there. Where is it? Loading. So I think everybody can see what's on the screen. Yeah? And from yesterday, there was a person that basically, they wanted to know about chakras. So I said to them, tomorrow we're going to talk about this. So as you can see that diagram, and number 1 being the root chakra, number 2 being the sacral chakra, number 3 being the solar plexus, the solar plexus, number 4 being the heart chakra, number 5 being the throat chakra, number 6 being the 3rd eye, and number 7 being the crown chakra. So obviously I'm going to go through all of it before we come off of this topic, but when it comes to chakras, because I can just go on and go on and go on, but is there any specific thing that you would like to know? Because yesterday somebody said they want to know more about chakras and how it works. So is there anything specifically that you would like to know about chakras? And I'll answer questions, or if not, I'll just continue as I go along. But let me know. I'm most interested in the 3rd eye and number 1, the red. Okay, I like that. Let me see what everybody else is saying. And then obviously, I'm just going to go along with what I see the most of. I want to know about the throat chakra. All I know is it feels good to be good, G. That's brilliant, brother. Is there a 6th sense? Of course. Number 7, the crown chakra. To treat people right and ish. I hear you. I'm interested in 4 and 6. Okay, so you're interested in the heart and the 3rd eye. Okay, 2, number 2. Is karma real? 100% karma is real. We create karma within our own minds, within our actions, with how we live, with how we treat one another. Simple karma is, if you've got everything in the world and then you fall off and you was stingy to people that was in need, when you're in need, you think those people are going to help you. That's a sort of karma. People are going to treat you how you treated them. That's karma in a short way, you know? So obviously, all right, what I'm going to start on, yeah? I'm going to start on number 1. I think it's best I start on number 1, yeah? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read out number 1, because obviously you probably can't see as close as, you know, because it's far away. But number 1 says this, my people, yeah? It says, the first chakra is the foundation of emotion and mental health. Your connection to tradition, familiar beliefs, supports the foundations of identity and sense of belonging to a group. The location of the root chakra is at the base of the spine. The color is red. Secondary color is black. The element is earth. It gives vitality to the physical body, life force, survival, self-preservation, instincts, yeah? And then it says, sacred truth, all in one, yeah? So you are connected to all of life. Every choice you made and every belief you exert influence upon whole life. The organs and glands, adrenals, kidneys, spinal column, legs, feet, rectum, bones. The gems and minerals, like the crystals that are good for the root chakra, is ruby, garnet, bloodstone, red jasper, black tourmaline, obsidian, and smoky quartz, because those crystals help to ground you to Mother Earth. The root chakra is the earth chakra, which grounds you, yeah? And then it says, the food that is good for the chakra, it says, and I'm not going to say this, because that, to me, I think it's nonsense, but red fruits and vegetables, yeah? And then it says qualities and lessons. The physical body, mastery of the body, grounding, individuality, stability, stillness, health, courage, patience, and the effects. Self-centered, insecurity, violence, greed, anger, overly concerned with one's physical survival, tension in the spine, and constipation. So basically, if your chakra is out of balance, those are the things that it's going to give you, what I just said at the end. Self-centered, insecurity, violence, greed, anger, overly concerned with one's physical survival, and tension in the spine, and constipation. And the reason why it does that is when your chakra's off balance. So when the chakra's in balance, it's going to have you being centered. It's going to have you feeling secure. It's going to have you calm. It's going to have you sharing. It's going to have you in a good state of mind. It's going to have you not overly concerned with survival, because you're going to have enough. You're going to be grounded. Yeah? So that is the root chakra. And one or two things that I'll add to that is also this, is that meditation is very good to balance all chakras. Yeah? But it's also to understand that because I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to tell you this. The disclaimer is, do your research. I'm just giving you my opinion. And it says that basically, not what it says, this is what I'm saying, is that when you're calm and you balance them chakras, you will notice that certain illnesses can arise, or not even can arise. Majority of any illness is because of an imbalance in one of the chakras. Like it said about the spine, it said about the legs, it said about the feet. Because majority of chakras, because I'm not a doctor, so I'm going to say it in a way that it's my opinion. I'm not going to say it's a fact. Do your own research. But what I'm trying to say is this, is that when a certain chakra is imbalanced, it will give you a certain illness. So you have to understand that in order to conquer majority of illnesses, you have to understand that if you balance a certain chakra, it will rid you from an illness, if that makes any sense. Yeah, because you have to remember, your energetical body, which a chakra is a wheel of energy. It's actually a wheel of energy. So you have to understand that when that energy field is off balance, it's going to make you feel off balance in the ways that I just explained. Yeah? And then what one I'm going to do the sacral chakra next, yeah? So not to go into it too much, but I'm just going to give you little bits. The sacral chakra has got to do with like emotions, sexual energy. Yeah? So on that one, it says this, one sec. The sacral chakra is your center of personal power, creativity, sexuality, and finances. Issues of physical survival and one-on-one relationships are the core of this energy center. Location, lower abdomen to navel area. The color is orange. Elements is water. The functions, procreation, assimilation of food, physical force and vitality, sexuality. Wait, there wasn't sacred truth. Honor one another. Every relationship you developed helps you achieve a spiritual value. Organs and glands, ovaries, testicles, prostate, genitals, large intestines, spleen, womb and bladder, lower vertebrae, pelvis, hip area. So these are the places that the chakra will affect if it's imbalanced. And then it talks about the crystals that are good for the chakra, which will be orange crystals. Crystals of an orange and brown color are the ones that resonate with the sacral chakra. Yeah? And then it says, the foods that are good for the sacral chakra are liquids, orange fruits, and vegetables. And then it goes, because it's written in orange, it's hard to see. Qualities and lessons. Giving and receiving emotions, desire, pleasure, sexual, passionate, love, change, movement, assimilation of new ideas, health, family, tolerance, surrender, working harmoniously and creatively with others. Effects. So these are the effects, I think the imbalances, yeah, is overindulgence in food or sex, sexual difficulties, confusion, pure possessiveness, or possesslessness, jealousy, desire, impotence, uterine and or bladder problems. So when the chakras off balance, these are the kind of things that will be happening physical in your life. So if you're feeling any of those things, then you know that there's something wrong with your sacral chakra. You need to balance it out. Yeah? And then we're talking about now number 3, which is the solar plexus. Yeah? And the solar plexus, I'm going to give you my little bit, is that it's for your willpower. When your willpower is low, you'll notice that it's hard to do things. It's hard to get things done. Do you know what I mean? You're in a certain, but I'm going to read it now. It goes, solar plexus. The think chakra. Further development of self-esteem and personality, separate from your tribal identity. This is where you learn to draw and maintain strong boundaries and personal code of honor. Location, above the navel, below the chest. Color is yellow and the elements is fire. And it says, functions, vitalize the sympathetic nervous system, digestive processes, metabolism, emotions. Honor oneself, be mature and honorable in your relationships. You have yourself and accept responsible for the person you are become, the person you have become. And then it says the organs and glands. So these are like the organs that obviously it would affect. Abdomen, upper intestine, kidneys, pancreas, adrenals, stomach, liver, gallbladder, nervous systems, muscles, middle spine, behind the solar plexus. Then it says, crystals and minerals that are good for the solar plexus is this. It's citrine, gold topaz, amber, tiger's eye, gold calcite, and gold. And it says the foods that are good for the chakra are starches, yellow fruits, and vegetables. And then it says, I can't see because it's yellow, but it says will. So I think these are the things when your chakra's in a good place is will, personal, power, authority, energy, mastery of desire, self-control, radiance, warmth, awakening, transformation, humor, laughter, and immortality. And it says the effects on a bad side is this: taking in more than one can assimilate and utilize, too much emphasis on power and or reincantations, anger, fear, hate, and digestive problems. So basically it's showing you that when the chakra is in the right place, yeah, it shows you how you're on a place where you can manifest freely. You're in the right place where you want to share, you want to love, you want to do good to people. But when it's off balance, you have you want to have too much power over people because the solar plexus chakra has an imbalance. So it gives you, do you get what I'm trying to say? But what I was going to say is, this is not a book. It's one of those posters that somebody bought me. As you can see, I'm reading what you can see. That's all I'm doing, is I'm reading what you can see. It's not a book. Do you know what I mean? But then, those are the 3 chakras that I just showed you. And I'm going to take this down, yeah, because I want to talk. I'm not going to go into it all. We've done number 3. Maybe later we'll go into 4, 5, 6, and 7. But I'm just going to give you that to show you that there's certain foods you must eat to make chakras be in alignment. And there's certain things you also must do for them to be in alignment. And there's also certain crystals you must use for them to be in alignment. And when they're not in alignment, there's certain defects that will happen, which you will be off balance, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that gives you a nice little understanding to what I'm saying, you know. I had a theory about Noah's Ark, yeah, and my theory about Noah's Ark was that I don't even think it was an ark. I think Noah's Ark is a metaphor. I've spoken about this before. I don't think Noah's Ark was what you think it is. Like Noah got 2 animals, he got this, he got that, and he brought them all together. Like, have a deep think, yeah? And as I read the comments, I want to hear what people may think Noah's Ark was a metaphor for. Because Noah's Ark, in my opinion, isn't what you think it is. I could be wrong, but I think it's just a metaphor for something else. There's just something inside me that just thinks and feels animals ain't supposed to be eaten. They are man-made. They're not God-made. But how would you ever know that animals are God-made or man-made? You would never know. Because how old are we in comparison to how old the world has been here for? So there is many things that we're never going to know. That's why I will say to you, when it comes to religion, when it comes to food, whatever, flat world, the sky being heaven, the ground being hell, don't believe in all these things, because you're only believing what somebody's told you. And this is something that I'm going to get into in a minute, but I'm just going to say this, is that this is how deep. See, let me show you something, my people, yeah? This is how deep the programming is. And listen to me clearly so you can understand. Because if you're not listening clear, you won't understand, yeah? But I'm going to say it like this. The conditioning and programming is so deep here that if I tell you that heaven's in the sky and hell's in the ground, you would have a dream that you went to heaven, and in the dream going to heaven, you would flow upwards. and go to heaven. And in the dream, if you went to hell, you would drop downwards. And do you know what I'm trying to say? And what I'm really trying to say to you is this. The physical mind is so conditioned and programmed that it even affects your spirit, to where your spiritual realm and your dreams will be impacted by the conditioned mind that you have in the physical. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, say it makes sense. If it doesn't, then say I don't understand, explain, and I'll go into it further. But what I'm trying to say is this is how powerful a conditioned mind becomes. Is that when a mind is conditioned physically, mentally, you carry the same belief into your spirit realm. So if you're lied to physically, you're going to live that lie spiritually. It manifests in your spirit. In my opinion, Noah's Ark is a metaphor for like an extraterrestrial, you could say, like what's happening on Earth. This Earth is dying, you could say, and I don't believe this is, let me show you this, someone's saying, I don't believe that this Earth is the first Earth that we've inhabited. Meaning, in order for us to then go to another Earth, and they've said in the past, the reason why we've moved onto another planet was because of the sun got too close to the Earth and we couldn't, it was too hot. Like if you notice, certain planets are too hot and gassy, they tell you, and a flood to where it was, we couldn't live because it was a flood. So I think there was a flood, but it was like an extraterrestrial kind of intervention, where what the extraterrestrials done is they took DNA of every species and pull it into a ark, which is, if you look at what an ark is, it's like a spaceship. Think about it, it's like a ship, a spaceship. So I think Noah's Ark is a metaphor for taking DNA of every species to then create the same world in another Earth. So in short, Noah's Ark isn't, oh, we took 2 of every animal. Think about it. How can 2 of every animal fit in an ark? Wouldn't it be easy to take the DNA of every animal? Because you can put that in tubes. You can put a whole world in tubes and then move to another place. And I know people's thinking, what's this guy talking about? But if you deep it, everything is a metaphor. Like the snake in the Garden of Eden symbolized the devil. But really and truly, the snake is enlightenment. It's not evil. But you think the snake's evil because it's the snake, but it's actually enlightenment. The apple symbolized free will. You bit it and now you've got a choice. So we look too much into things as what they tell us, when there's actually meanings behind the meanings. The tree is nature. Once they bit the apple, they realize they're naked because they've been enlightened by the snake, the serpent. They bit the apple, now they've got free will. You have to look into it more and not just listen to what they're telling you it is. And that's my opinion. I don't think the earth has 4 sides, because only a square has 4 sides. And this is what I'm saying. Only a square has 4 sides. This earth is forever. There is no end to the earth. There is no sides. They've made it like there's 4 sides so they can limit your mind to make you think that this world goes on forever. And this is another discussion I had on a live stream where someone said the 4 corners of the earth. I don't think the earth has any corners. Let me give you an example here, quick example. I'm not going to go too much. I'm going to go into the 4 dimensions, what I was going to talk about. Yeah, is that. You could be in London. I'm in London. You could be in America. You're in America. You could be in Africa. You're in Africa. You could be in Jamaica. You could be in Australia. You could be in New Zealand. You could be anywhere in the world. We are seeing the same sky, the same moon, the same stars, unless we're seeing a different moon, unless we're seeing a different sky, unless we're seeing different stars, unless we're seeing a different sun. We would never know that. If it's the same sun or a different sun, or the same moon of a different moon, we don't know that. But let's just go to what we know. To what we know, we're seeing the same stars, the same sun, the same moon, and the same sky, right? So then if we're seeing the same sky, then that's telling you the sky don't end. Like, are you telling me everybody might have played Grand Theft Auto, yeah? A computer game. And you know when you're playing a computer game where, because it's a graphic and it's like software, you get in the game to where you can't go no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you hit a wall. In the game, you would hit a wall where you can't go no more. Do you think reality is the same as a computer game when you can't go no more? That's the furthest you can go. The only reason why that's the furthest you can go, because if you go past that point, you will get shot down if you're in an airplane. You'll get killed if you're a person, because this world is so controlled. Our sky is probably more controlled than our ground, and that's what people don't understand. The sky is more controlled than our ground. And what I mean by our ground, like, you see how there's police on road, there's law enforcement on road, you gotta go court if you don't pay that fine. The sky is more controlled than our ground, and I'll tell you why. Because you have to have a certain amount of power and money to be in the sky, and everybody hasn't got that power and money. So then that means we know if that airplane's in the sky, there's a barcode, or not a barcode, but there's a serial number, so we know, okay, that flight's going to Australia, then coming backwards the same way. We don't want nobody to know anything more about the sky. And I can tell you this from on the bottom of my heart. I know this, but I can't prove it. This world don't end. We've only been put in a globe to where, look at the map of the world. If you go Google right now, I've got another phone here, but I'm not going to go into it, yeah? But look at the map of the world, yeah? Say Google now. Oh, did it turn off? Oh, no. Look at the map of the world if you go to Google. Do you really think here, if you was in an aeroplane, that if you keep going straight, you will get to a point where you can't go no more? Like, think about it. Are we that stupid to think that you will get to a point where you can't go no more? Just deep this in your mind. Just try and really think about what I'm saying. Are you telling me, yeah, if you just keep flying in an airplane, you go million miles away, do you think you're going to get to a point where you can't go no more? If you do, you're stupid. That means that the whole map of the world and the globe has fooled up your brain. Because of course you can keep going. Space is infinite, just like our Earth. Think about, like, just deep it for 1 second. Just for 1 second, just sit down and say to yourself, just deep it. And when you deep it, you actually realize how infinite your mind is, because our mind is the universe. Just like there is no limits to our mind, it's just like the earth. And if you can understand what I'm trying to say, then it will be like, wow. Just think about it. So you think if you fly in an airplane and you go to Australia, which is down under, so it's meant to be down under, which will be underneath the globe. So what you're telling me is you can fall off of the earth. There is no falling off the earth. There is no going round the earth. It's infinite. There is no end. But remember, because we are so limited as human beings, we can only go so far. I can guarantee you there's places that exist in our world that we have no clue that exists, because we're not allowed there. Maybe certain entities exist there. Area 50, Bermuda Triangle. Come on, open your mind. And once you can open your mind to the possibilities, you understand how much you can manifest in this earth right now. But if you be bound by limitations because of what's going on earth, then you become limited and not limitless. Them creating a globe of the world and saying, oh, only New Zealand exists, only Jamaica exists, only Trinidad exists, only London exists, it's limiting your mind, because then that means you can't think of more. Think about what I'm saying, my people. And I'm going to say it again. If you was in an airplane, do you think there's a point where you can't go no more? Space is limitless. In space, you could drop forever because there's no end. Do you think space has a floor? Or space has a part where, oh, you've reached the limit now, you can't go, like, what's the word? I'm repeating myself because I want you to understand. The way the world is limitless, the way space is limitless, is the way your mind is limitless. Because we are the universe, manifested into what we are right now. Think about it, my people. I really want to open your mind. Like, I really want... There's 45 of us in here, yeah? And if 4 of you can understand what I'm really saying, then 4 of you can give it to 4 more people. And it's powerful when you actually deep it. If you don't fully understand what I'm saying, you're going to think this guy's a bit... What's he talking about? If you understand, then you're going to say, you know what? That is actually deep. We've been taught that there's limits, that we can't go no further. And the same teaching and indoctrination and programming that they've given us about the earth, about space, about the world, it does the same thing to your mind. If where we're living is limited, how can your mind be limitless? Think about it. I always have questions. How did Noah have every animal? Exactly. I'm getting to the comments, people. Bear with me. They lied about everything. Do you mean when you were saying the DNA of animals were taken and a planet, Earth, was created? No, I don't mean it was created. I mean, like, look at the higher ups, the people with all the money, the people that when you go to the clinic, they take your blood, they take your DNA. Where do you think the blood and all the DNA is going when you go to get tested? Where do you think your DNA goes when you get arrested and you get fingerprint and you get swabbed? Where do you think all that DNA goes? Or they just throw it in the bin? Come on, man. If they needed to go to another planet, they could make another you somewhere else and you don't even know. They could make... We all could be cloned somewhere else. Because they've got your swabs if you've been arrested. They've got your fingerprints if you've been arrested. They've got your DNA if you've had a test for a disease or you went hospital because you was ill. They've got your blood. They've got all of our DNAs. They can make us somewhere else. And that's what I'm talking about. Noah's Ark is like everybody's DNA being shipped to somewhere else. And being created. All they need is a strand of your hair. All they need is a strand of your DNA. All they need is your blood. All they need is your urine to create you somewhere else. Think about it. I bet you didn't even think about that. Where does your blood go and where does your urine go when you get tested? Do you think they throw it away? They know that you're a chosen one more than you know that you're a chosen one because they know your DNA. Deep it, people. Open your minds. Bro, how do you get so wise? Love your videos. The reason why I'm so wise is because my mind is limitless. We all have clairvoyance if you tune in, like the chakras. When you start working on the root chakra, the crown, the third eye and the throat, the crown is the connection to the spirit. The third eye is seeing through the lies and seeing the real reality. Then the throat is being able to express it. So it's almost, we all are clairvoyant. We're all claircognizant. We're all clairsentience. We're all clairaudience. We've got so many clairvoyance abilities that if you open yourself up, you just know. It's not how, why do I know, how do I know? I don't know how, I just know. And this is why you have to purify yourself. When I was younger, trust me, I don't do it as much as I do now, but one thing that I think I realize now is that all of the work that I done when I was younger is having the effect on me now. I remember times that, I'm going to go to the comments, give me a moment, my people. I remember times here where my girl would phone me and be like, oh babe, I want you to come over, like, you know, she wants, obviously, my sexual energy. And I'm like, you know what, my girl, I'm chilling, I'm meditating, I just want to meditate. The things that I was experiencing, the things that I was seeing, I just wanted to meditate. That's why I stopped drinking. That's why I stopped smoking. That's why I stopped the life I was living, because I was just in a different dimension altogether. I remember my friends were at barbecues like, yo, soul man, come true. Bro, I just wanted to meditate. So what I'm trying to say, these kind of things, they put you in a different perspective, mindset, everything. So it's all about working on yourself, cleaning your body up. It's like I say, and I'm going to say it again. If a girl comes to your house, you're making sure you burn your incense. You're making sure that the house is clean. You're making sure you probably have food there if you not want to have food. Because I don't really go shopping like that. Because my food that I buy is more going to be fresh, eaten on the day. So you're going to make sure the house is clean. You got your incense. You got what she likes. If you're drinking, you got drink. If you smoke, you got your smoke. Why are you doing that? Because you're making an environment that she will be happy in. How the hell are you going to attract the angels, the ascended masters, the archangels, the spirit guides, the ancestors? How are you going to invite them into your environment if you're dirty? It's just the same as a woman. You can't have a dirty physical and think that these clean things are going to come for you and come into you and help you. Clean yourself up and it will be easy to see. It's just like what I'm saying about the physical. With a woman, you don't bring a woman to a dirty house. The same thing. Physical, spiritual is the same thing. Now, you know what, my brother, yeah? You're saying to me, prove it, let you up. I would let you up, but because I'm in my flow right now, if you come up, it's going to stop my flow. It's not that I can't prove it or I don't want to be challenged. It's just, if you come up now, then I'm going to slow down. I just want to flow. I'll let you come up tomorrow. If I'm online tomorrow, you can come up and you can question me, because when your knowledge is coming from within, I don't think there's nothing that can challenge me, because you can't challenge the truth. But you just disrespected me, my bro, and I don't take disrespect lightly. So, you know, there's a video of loads of pilots saying the world's flat. I don't know if the world's flat or not. I just know that the world is infinite. I'm not going to be like, oh, I know the world's flat, because I've never seen it. I can't say if it's flat or not. And that's one thing about soul. I'm not going to say, oh, the world's round, because I don't know. I'm not going to say it's flat because I don't know. The only thing I will say is that whatever they said it is, it isn't, because they never tell us the truth. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say something I don't know. But you see, when I have a feeling like I'm saying to you about what I've been saying to you, I just got a clear knowing. And I'm going to go with it. Open-mindedness. You know your facts, spot on. Only people with a logical mind would know this. Facts, powerful. Beyond time and space is powerful. Play it full, pay it forward. I understand fully. We'll spread it with energy, with energies, ways we are stronger than any technologies. Exactly. Come on, facts. I see you, my bro. 100 cloning. They got all, exactly, they've got all of us. We've all been got, because we've all had blood taken, DNA taken. And you see how they get you? They get you through your carelessness. If we was raised in harmony, we wouldn't have had to give in any blood, given your urine. Because remember, everything that makes you sick is what they've given you. In a natural world, there would be no sickness. Sickness has been created. And you've got to understand this as well, yeah? This is another, I know I'm lagging in the comments, bear with me, my people, but this is another thing that causes sickness that people ain't aware of, yeah? The reason why they say they don't want you to bring fruits or food from other countries to the country you're coming back to is the same thing I'm going to talk about now. There is entities coming from other dimensions, other planets, other places, and when they come here, they are bringing disease just because their environment is different to ours. If you can deep that, then you can understand. Somebody's aura, somebody's energy coming from a different planet or place will bring something here that isn't here. And that's where a lot of diseases, in my opinion, bacteria, viruses come from other planets. And I know you might not get it, but I'm just trying to say to you, why don't they want you to bring food from other countries home? Why is it? They like, oh no, you can't bring, if you're in Jamaica, there's certain things you can't bring. Because they know certain things. Alright, why can't you bring certain things? Like, just think about it. Why? What is it going to harm? Because there's things they know, but they're not telling us. I heard they take something out of the blood to make. I believe that. Crazy. No, I sure didn't. I definitely thought about that. I was in the 3 months and they were draining me badly, and I only... Wow, that deeps it. Mad, I deeped it. That's what I'm saying. I'm coming, my people, leads on to what I started saying earlier about AI and what is going on. I'm not exactly... I get you. But the solution is wise up, you know. Be aware, but live also in the present moment. Live in the present moment. The hospital drains me. I slipped a disc. They give me an infection that took me back. That's what I'm saying. Downloads from the source. It's all about how people are programmed. Serious question, bro. Do you have time? I hear that exactly. Some people just don't like to think with their own head. Wake up now, it's all coming. Thank you, Scotch Bonnet. Blessings, my queen, and I hope you're well also. Some people just don't like... Okay, I read that. God don't sleep, well done. You need to reach a level of physical and mental purity in order to tap in. 100%. Thank you, my queen. Yes, self-actualization. Exactly. Quit all those sugars they sell us in the supermarkets. Just takes willpower. And that's why I put up the chakra thing, because maybe tomorrow or whenever I come live next we'll finish the rest of the chakras. But this is why the chakra system is actually something you really need to understand, because it will take your physical ability to another level. Trust me, it will. ASC, only natural things. Keep flowing. You don't need to prove nothing. Just be yourself. Facts. Anonymous, please continue. This is so deep. I will, and I am. Only God knows. Exactly. Yes, that's right. ASC. Yo, I'm trying to get to the bottom quick. Cannot be good energy. Can you have it? I have it when God blessed. Yes. All about the money. You shouldn't. You studied that bio-electromagnet. See, this is the thing. I'm the kind of person that, you know, when you tune into the Most High and you learn about the chakra system and you learn about yourself, it's like you don't need science. You don't need like biology. It's like you do need biology, because it's a physical way to understand the spiritual in a different way. But I just feel knowledge from the Most High will give you everything you need. Think about that. It's like you don't need to understand what men are telling you once you're being told from the Most High. Do you get what I mean? So I haven't studied that bio-electromagnet. I just studied the Most High. And studying the Most High gives me the wisdom. And something I'm going to say to you, this is something that, not to say I shouldn't tell you, but I'm going to tell you because I want you to better yourself. Start speaking less. Stop speaking so much. Stop speaking so much. Trust me when I say that. You'll be at home on your phone and, you know, like you watch something funny and you'll be like, that guy's so funny, you know. Keep your energy inwards and you think more. It adds some sort of, it gives your mind something. I can't explain it, but stop speaking so much. You're giving away your energy. It's like I said to you, I went a month without ejaculating, and I've been exercising, I've been eating not as well as I should be. Last week I was eating better, I'm not going to lie. I've been meditating, reading more books, and I've noticed that I feel better in myself, especially the fact that I haven't ejaculated. Stop giving your energy so freely. Go 1 month when you don't ejaculate, you don't speak so much. You go hours without speaking. Because when you go hours without speaking, your words are powerful. It's like, do it and come back to me. And this is what I say to people that, because obviously I've got my helpline and I've got my sessions that I do with people one-on-one. I give people like a guideline of things to do, how to do it. And I got some thing in my business where you can phone me at any time, or I will phone you at any time. You can, yeah, and I will guide you through it. Like, this is what my business is about. It's not like, it's about guiding you through it. It's like me being a friend that obviously you're paying because it's my job, it's my business, but it's like me being your best friend and guiding you through it, giving you things you need, maybe books you want to read. You can ask me anything. This is what I do. But I'm doing it now for free, for nothing. But this is why I say when I'm live, ask me any questions you want and I will give it to you. Because I want the best for you, because you are me and I am you. I am that I am, and so are you. But I'm trying to say to you, my people, especially if you've got a partner, a woman that is not understanding, a man that is not understanding, draining your energy, you're ejaculating in, they don't listen, they're taking your energy, your life force. Wake up. When you're dead and when you die, God ain't going to say, oh, I forgive you because that person was taking your energy. They're going to say, it was your choice. You could have lived different. Remember I said about the willpower, the solar plexus, like I showed you the chakras at the beginning of the live? Your energy body affects your spiritual and your physical life. And I'm going to get into it about the 4 dimensions before I finish. Makes sense. Because Jamaica's good food and they don't want us to get the seeds from a... That is a good point, but it's not just that. It's deeper than that. Trust me when I say that. And this is why when I speak, don't deep what I'm saying from a physical point of view. Deep what I'm saying from a spiritual and energy point of view. If I'm from a different planet, I'm going to bring a new energy into our atmosphere if I come into here. You have to see it differently and you'll understand. Very true. SK1T permanently for bare needs was... Do you know what it is? Yeah, I hear that still. But I just feel that in life, you just have to do things a certain way and hopefully it works out, which I believe it will. Solution, don't be careless. Population. You're on a true mission, 100%. I miss this. There's no need to miss it, Scotch Bonnet. You know, when I'm here, man, I come and I go because obviously, like I say, I got my business. I got people that I'm guiding, so I can't always be on live, but, you know, I do my best. Like I say, I have like a kind of a session, not a session, how can I pull it? It's a certain thing that I do with my clients. It's called a consultancy service. When with the session, you can phone me between a certain window, where it's like 9 and 12. And you can phone me and talk to me about anything that you may be on your mind. Obviously, it's a service, a charge. It's a service, isn't it? But one-on-ones I really enjoy because I can really get to you. I can get to the people one-on-one. As much as I can get to the people like this. But you know, sometimes there's trolls. You know, sometimes, like, I don't want to say certain things because you might not understand it. And because there's other people, they might not understand it. I want to speak what can be understood. But when I'm talking one-on-one to someone, if they don't understand it, I can personally make them understand it. I'm not going to offend one person, or I might, but if I say something like this now, we ain't all human. Some of us come from different breeds of certain entities, and certain colours of people ain't... Some people's going to think, what do you mean? And get offended. And I haven't got a quick enough reflex to, no, that's not what I mean. What I mean is this, because I'm having to... There's 70 of us in here now. I'm having to try and speak my truth to 70 people. It's not that easy if we're not all on the same level. So that's why the one-on-one, when I do sessions or with the helpline or the consultancy service, it makes it easier because I can get to you without offending you or making you not understand. And this is why I'm not always on live, because I have business I gotta attend to. Knowledge from the Most High, 100%. I hear that, bro. I think you need a balance while you're tied to this dimension. You definitely do. Grand Rising to you, Nat. Bro, say think, not think. Okay, yeah. Say think, not think. Balance is needed as spiritual psychosis is real. 100%. But can I tell you, I've been into this so long that my mind's ready. It's when you're a little kid and you get a download that's too much. My mind is ready. I've been to different dimensions. I've seen different beings in different dimensions. I've seen things. Nothing's going to make me, do you know what I'm saying? I'm ready. But you're definitely right.